Hey everybody, it's Elena. I would like to do the second part of biblical A names today. And I didn't really get a lot of response for my first video, so I'm going to try doing this one. There's a lot more variety, I think, of these A names than the first ones. But please let me know what you think of them and if you want me to continue making these videos, because like I said, I didn't get a lot of response last time. Anyway, so I have 10 more A names for you today, and then my next video will probably be B and C names, I believe, or maybe just B names. And I'll just go ahead and start. The first one is Ahinoam, and that is a Hebrew name that means shout of delight. So that's kind of a cute meaning. Ahinoam is mentioned in the verses I will put here, all of which are in the Old Testament. And there were two Ahinoams. One was the wife of King Saul, who was an evil king, unfortunately. And when I mention evil kings and good kings, like they're like Chronicles and some of Samuel and First Kings and Second Kings and all those books in the Old Testament, they are basically just chronicling the kings of Judah and Israel, and they always mention whether or not they were good or bad. Anyway, and the second Ahinoam was the wife of King David, and unfortunately she was taken captive by a tribe called the Amalekites. And it was never mentioned if she was found again or restored to her husband. And she had 3 sons and 2 daughters. I actually do think this name is usable, though, just because you can use Noah as a nickname, which I think is really cute and sweet. What do you guys think of Ahinoam? Number 2 is Alai, which is a Hebrew name that literally means, oh, would that. Funny meaning there. And Alai is mentioned in 1 Chronicles 2:31. And there's also a male Alai in a different spot, but here she's mentioned as the daughter of Shishan, married to a man named Jarha, and mother of a man named Attai. And so she's basically just mentioned in a genealogy of somebody briefly. But I thought this name was really pretty, and I thought it make a good middle name because it has this emphasis on the second syllable, kind of like Marie, Renee, other names like that that are popular as middle names. Alai. What do you guys think of Alai? Number 3 is one of my favorites to say. I hope you guys get a kick out of this name too. Oholibama. Oholibama. And it is a Hebrew name that means shining high place, which for me would immediately make it unusable because high place here means basically places where they would sacrifice things to pagan gods. That's what a high place was in the Old Testament. So I don't like the meaning very much. And Oholibama is mentioned one time in Genesis 36, or in one place. And she is the other wife of Esau, who his first wife I mentioned in the other video. But yeah, I don't think it's usable because of the meaning and because of the sound probably too. What do you guys think of Oholibama? Try saying it out loud a few times. Number 4 is Anna, which is a Hebrew name that means answering. And Anna is mentioned in Genesis 36. And she is Oholibama's mother. And there's controversy whether Anna was the mother or the father. But yeah, I just thought this might be a good idea for a name for people who like alternate spellings, because it's basically like the more common Anna, A-N-A, but with an H at the end, except for they're both legitimate names. Does that make sense? So what do you guys think of Anna? Number 5 is, of course, Anna, which is the Greek form of Hannah, which means gracious. It's a wonderful meaning. And Anna is mentioned, believe it or not, for being such a common name. It's only mentioned one time in Luke 2:36, and she was an 84-year-old prophetess, and she was a widow, and she spread the word about Jesus. And it says she served God day and night. So she was a wonderful person, and I can see why this name gets used so much. However, it's currently number 28 in the top 100, and has been in the top 100 the last 30 years, and it's never been less popular than 106. So unfortunately, it's always been a popular name. However, this might make a great middle name. I really don't care for the name Anne as a middle name. I think it's a lovely name as a first name. But number 1, it's so overused as a middle name. And number 2, it sounds like you're saying and. Like if the person's name was Elena Ingle, if my middle name was Anne, it sounds like Elena and Ingle. You know what I mean? And I think Anna would be a wonderful alternative as a middle name, and you can even honor an Anne or somebody who has Anne as a middle name with using Anna. What do you guys think of Anna? Number 6 is one I find really interesting. I would love to hear what you guys think about it. And that is Aphia, however you want to pronounce it. And this is a Phrygian name that means darling. And Phrygia was just a city mentioned in Paul's journeys in the New Testament. And Aphia is mentioned one time in Philemon, verse 2. Philemon only has one chapter. And she's addressed by Paul, and she's called the beloved Aphia, which I think is so sweet. And it says she's from Philemon's house, so they're kind of guessing that she's probably his wife. But I thought this name was so pretty, and I loved the meaning, and I thought it would be a great alternative to this super, super popular Sophia. So what do you guys think of Aphia? Maybe Affy could be the new Sophie? Number 7 is the name some of you might have heard of through Everything Amelia from YouTube, and that is Asenath, which is a Hebrew name that means, unfortunately, harmful things. Not the best meaning, but she is mentioned in Genesis, and she is Joseph's wife. Joseph in the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Sound familiar? And she was the mother of Ephraim and Manasseh. And like I said, Amelia loves this name. I love the sound of it. I think it's really cool, but the meaning would make it unusable for me personally. What do you guys think of Asenath? Number 8 is a favorite of mine. I think it is so cool, and it is Atara. So pretty. And it means crown in Hebrew. It is the literal word for crown in Hebrew. And she is mentioned one time in 1 Chronicles, once again in the lineage of someone's genealogy. I didn't even write down who she was related to. But I just think this name is so gorgeous. Addie would be an adorable nickname, or even Tara would be a cute nickname. Yeah, cute nickname options. I've been trying to get my friend to mention this name to her husband because he is a game freak. He's obsessed with all that stuff. He works at Best Buy and everything. And I was like, it sounds really close to Atari, so you might get him to like it. And I actually think she might have even tried that on him. But I think Atara is so gorgeous. What do you guys think of Atara? Number 9 is Athaliah or Athalia. And it is a Hebrew name that means God is exalted. And here's where she's mentioned. Sorry, bad direction skills. And she was the mother of King Ahaziah. And when he died, unfortunately, she killed all of the people who were in line to the crown because she was bad. But there was one survivor, and he killed her for doing that. And he was like a little boy. It's sad. It's a sad story. And they even name her as Athaliah, that wicked woman. In the Bible, that's what they call her. So unfortunately, even though it's kind of pretty, I don't think this name is usable at all because of that story. What do you guys think of Athalia, however you want to pronounce it? And the last one for this video is one I find kind of cool. I'm not sure how usable it is, but it's Azuba, which is a Hebrew name that unfortunately means forsaken, which is why I'm not sure it's entirely usable. But she's mentioned in the verses I'm going to put on the screen, and she was the mother of King Jehoshaphat. Fun name. And he was one of Judah's kings. He was a good king, though. And she was married to a different Caleb. A different Caleb from the Caleb I mentioned in the last video. I thought this name sounded really cool, but like I said, I'm not sure about the meaning. It kind of ruins it for me a little bit. But what do you guys think of Azuba? Once again, thank you for watching. Please let me know what you think of these names. Please let me know if you want me to continue sharing these biblical names with you guys. And yeah, that's it. Thanks. Bye-bye.